babies, direct from the beautiful Inland Blue Studios. Honey, this is the Nerdlife Crisis podcast with your host, that fine-ass Chris Thayer, that beautiful Steve Hale, and that big hunker chunk of meat, Ron Milts. Woo! Mama's hot up in here. Let's get this party started.
All right, everybody, and welcome back to the Nerdlife Crisis podcast. Here with your host today,
Chris Thayer,
Steve Hale, Mike Eastman,
and I'm Ron Milts.
Hey, Mike, how's it going, man?
Pretty well.
Good to see you, dude.
Hey, our infrequent guest host, as I put it on the tagline.
I caught that.
Yeah,
I did see that. Yeah.
So,
a little dig there.
Well, it's because Todd was our frequent guest host, so you are our infrequent guest host. So, hey, but good news, guys. So we just went up on a bunch of new platforms.
Yes.
Really? You can find us on Google Play Music. You can find us now on Spotify.
Spotify, yes.
You can find us on fm.com. So there's like all sorts of different places you can go to listen to the Nerdlife Crisis podcast now.
Spreading like herpes.
That's right. So, and we've been as for those of you at home, if you haven't noticed, we have decided to like hold up to our be as regular as possible, and not just in a fiber way, but to like, you know.
It's the first thing I was thinking of.
We were all
right?
thinking it.
I was right to the poop.
Low hanging fruit, you know, that's what you go to. So
4 hosts, 1 cup.
So what was that thing we were searching? The waffle?
Blue waffle?
The blue waffle.
Oh, that like you brought up that 2 girls, 1 cup thing.
I know. I saw your blue apron or whatever the fuck that food shit is that you guys
You
order.
mean food? It's just food.
Okay.
It comes in a box to your house.
Kind of food. No, we did that for a couple of weeks.
I hear Blue Apron is a big supporter of podcasts.
Hey.
And make a delicious and awesome dinner packages.
Not that we are in any way, shape, or form sponsored by Blue Apron.
No, but we would be interested in talking to Blue Apron.
That's right. So
and their blue waffles are amazing. Just go ahead and Google image that.
So Steve mentions this thing, and I Googled it, and it's like you can't unsee it now. And and I'm like,
I spent a lot of time in the dark underbelly of the interweb, and I have always heard of this, and I always said, no, don't look, because the first people goes, you'll never be the same. And this evening I saw it for the first time, and it was terrible. Yeah. So if you do look this up, make sure you do it on a work computer.
And then also make sure you print up a resume before you look at it.
Most definitely.
So, all right, guys. Well, we got a bunch to talk about here. All right, so have you guys seen the new Halloween trailer yet?
I just saw it this afternoon.
Totally.
Yep.
Yeah, what'd you think, Chris?
Oh, it's okay.
So in all seriousness, though, Mike, Steve, what'd you guys think? As the horror fans in the room.
You know what? I got to be honest. I was super reluctant about this. You know, the original is a great. Rob Zombie did his version, which it was... okay. This looked really fucking cool. And I'm in,
And we're just like completely ignoring everything after Halloween 2, obviously.
Exactly. Yeah, which needs to be. I mean, sure. I know that the one with Busta Rhymes has its following. Wow. I'm just not one of them. Okay. Maybe I was a little long in the tooth for it. I wasn't hip in the hip hop world yet, so.
The Busta Rhymes one was not your jam?
No. And, I got to tell you, I paid a full admission price for that.
Ouch.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I can admit when I am wrong. All right. And that was one of the times I was.
But you know what? Wrong. I really enjoyed Halloween H2O.
Which is the same,
kind of the same plot line. Kind of the same premise. But it was like in that one, it was like they went with the he's her brother thing, and like killed him off at the end of that one. Yeah. And then in this one, they're just like, no, he's a completely different guy.
I think one of the things that really got me with this is, in the Halloween movies, he would just appear out of nowhere, and then he was just kind of like first he's in the living room, and the next thing you know he's in the bedroom, right?
It sounds like my Tuesday night.
And he was quickly into bed and asleep. But that long follow up to the garage
of that in this new trailer.
Just his fucking movements.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know, man. I'm kind of with this.
Well,
I'm with this following. I don't know.
Jeez Louise, Chris. We're like 3 minutes in and you've got buzzers and beepers and all other sorts of things happening over there.
Just tweeting.
I know, right?
Yeah, I'm not a big slasher guy. I love horror, but I'm not a big slasher guy. But this looks intriguing to me.
Yeah.
I like that it's not just people running away from the guy in the mask.
Yeah.
It's people, it's a foe. It's antagonists. They're basically going after each other.
I mean, I think it'd be interesting if they take a little more time in this one to give us a little more of his point of view. Like, do some quiet moments like the trailer was. Like, the opening, 40 seconds of the trailer.
Yeah.
Where you, follow him to the garage.
Right.
And he, reaches down and picks up that hammer.
Yeah.
And then he, goes and he, kills the lady in her kitchen. And then he, oh, look, a knife.
Yeah.
And it's
I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you're like, oh, wow, that's kind of brutal and gruesome all at the same time. It's very calculated.
Plus, something about it captures it for me because even in the very few seconds of the trailer, that neighborhood trick-or-treating, that was me trick-or-treating in the 80s in Orange County. Mm-hmm. That's what my neighborhood looked like. It was fucking cool, and I love that stuff. So.
Well, that's what we're shot.
I'm in. I'm in, dude. I'm in.
Shot in Pasadena.
There you go.
Yeah, I've actually visited the original...
The house?
Yeah, they don't like it. They don't like it when you stand in their front yard drinking a fucking 40 while your buddy takes a picture. And at the time I was taking this picture, I was full-blown fucking geared up heathen.
Nice.
I was full...
Edna, they're back! They're back!
Full fucking spooky Steve with a fucking 40.
You know who else doesn't like you taking pictures is when Todd and myself and our other friend Mike and our best friend Matt, we used to do a Christmas card every year.
Dude,
and I
remember. And
we went over to, when we were all roommates, and we went over to the Thomas Miller Mortuary that has the Jesus leading the sheep as the statues, and our Christmas card was us riding all of the sheep.
Oh, no.
Quite possibly one of the best Christmas pictures I've ever seen, dude. I loved it.
So we took that picture, and they were none too pleased when they, after us being out there for 20 minutes doing our photo shoot, there's one of us definitely humping a bunch of sheep,
yes.
and Jesus pointing, my children, yeah. So, yeah. It
Fun
was,
fact. That's
Merry
where
Christmas from Gateway.
Where I saw my first dead body at that mortuary.
Did you just sneak in to look at dead bodies?
No, my old roommate used to be a mortician.
Okay.
And he's like, hey, I'm around back, come on through. And I walked on through, and it was all the bodies laid out with their eyes stitched closed. And I'm like, oh, cool.
Did he have them set up doing the Thriller or something?
No, there wasn't dogs playing poker.
I was just gonna say that.
I remember the first time I saw a dead body, and
you and your friends walking down by the train tracks.
No, I just remember fucking. They're like, get off of her. Oh. Okay, and so I had to go running.
All complaints.
I go running out of the fucking place. My pants are around my ankles, and yeah.
Well, and so much for that Blue Apron sponsorship right there.
We're gonna get that Blue Waffle sponsorship.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. But this movie, I'm intrigued by it. It looks like it could be a good find.
Man, I got to give it a chance. There have been many times I've been so anti fucking remake on stuff, and when you get right down to it, there's a lot of great fucking movies that I'm huge fans of that are actually remakes. The Thing is a remake of The Thing from Outer Space.
Oh yeah, and it's great.
Another remake would be
Scarface.
Scarface, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Was there an old black
1940s?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Gangsta movie.
Yeah. And Al Pacino, Scarface.
Yeah.
Phenomenal fucking movie. So man, I got to give it a chance. So we'll does it come out this month or does it come out in October?
It comes out in October.
Okay,
So.
it's appropriate.
Well, it looks like a movie, and that's what I'm excited about. It's not a flick; it's a movie.
A lot of times, man, they actually don't put the horror movies in October when they probably do the best.
Right?
And the ones that when they finally do, they do outstanding fucking rating. Box offices and stuff.
Well, The Nun opens next week.
I'm not excited about that.
It looks creepy as hell, though.
It looks creepy.
Is that that's fucking sinister?
It's the Conjuring universe.
Yeah, I'm out.
Okay,
those movies, the doll,
the
and all
Annabella,
that.
and
the first Conjuring's a decent flick. But
it was all right.
Yeah.
It was.
I think we need to plan a trip to Not Scary Farm together.
Nope, I'm good.
I'd love to. Why wouldn't you go, Ron?
I don't like.
He's a bitch.
I'm gonna get the frights. This year, it's just a guy that's wearing a rubber mask.
He's just some kid, dude.
I have okay, so I have what I like to refer to as great empathy for the world around me, which is not true, but I'm scared shitless when things jump out, and to the point where it I react violently. So the last haunted house I went to, I reacted rather violently to it, like as in get me the fuck out of here right now, and like shoved my way out, and that was my last time, and I was maybe like 19. So I'm like, I'm good. I don't want to do that anymore.
19 was a long time ago, Ron.
Well, it was.
I think you've grown since then.
Which sounds like the title for like a bad Jennifer Garner movie. Like 19 was a long time ago.
Yeah,
so,
I'm the fucking guy that goes through the haunts and I stop.
And you admire the work.
Right? Exactly. I'm admiring it and I'm rubbing my beard. And
they jump out and you're like, ooh, that's a good scare right there.
Yes, I'm like, oh, you sneaky fucker.
Yeah, but how many times?
But then I'll tell you what, when I'm really least expecting it, like a couple of years ago, because we go to Not Scary Farm like every year, and we came out of a haunt and there was like this old wagon there, and on top of it was what I thought was like a big latex gargoyle. Nope. There was somebody in that fucking thing.
And it made you jump?
He got me, dude. He got me. I was like, oh, you earned your minimum wage tonight, my friend.
Well, it's
very
like
good.
It's
very
like
good.
Steve. It's like I don't go to see horror films at the movie theater because I can't sit through the whole thing. So we've taled about this before. I watch it at home and I pause it because I get so anxious. God, it's the same reason I can't watch like a full episode of The Office when Michael is being weird, because it bothers me so much that it makes me like want to retch. Like I'm just like, I'm so in tune with what I'm watching that it bothers me.
Horror doesn't do that to me, but in very few movies have done that to me. Meet the Parents.
Oh,
yeah.
Those cringe comedies.
The first one. Was the first one Meet the Parents?
Yeah.
Fuck, dude, it was so brutal. I was like, I'd hate to be Ben Stiller in this fucking situation, man. Fuck, he just cannot get it right.
Does that for me.
Really? Now, see, what about Bob?
Fucking hate that movie.
Dude, has me cracking, dude. Like, I'm a fucking sailor. I'm sailing. It's so good. I love that movie, dude.
Do it.
Really? Richard Dreyfuss, watching him fucking just...
unravel.
Fucking totally unravel, dude.
The Cable Guy did that for me. Like the very first time I watched that in the theaters.
That's hard to watch.
I gotta tell you, man, that movie.
Yeah.
There were some funny parts of it, but then like
it got dark.
It got sad.
Yeah.
You felt fucking bad.
Well, and that's I think part of the brilliance of it.
Yes.
And I think people went to see it thinking it was going to be Ace Ventura.
Right.
And then it ended up being like something that was much, much darker than we all anticipated.
Very much, dude.
It's an interesting little film.
Well, have you gone back and watched it recently?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I watched it just like probably like 6 months ago, and I was like, dude, that movie, like I like it a lot more now than I did when I saw it in the theaters or like on cable. You know, I mean, like there's certain Jim Carrey movies that I think are like priceless. Like Me, Myself, and Irene is like,
it's pretty good.
It's like one of my, like with his sons, that is like one of my favorite movies I've ever watched. You know, the first Ace Ventura is a blast. There are parts of the second one that are watchable. But you know,
one's awesome,
dude. When he's not awesome.
When
he's birthing out of the rhino.
Birthed out of the rhino is the best fucking scene, dude.
Is too much.
Like that's the only part. But the first one is like infinitely quotable, and it's like when he's like right after he kisses Einhart, and he's like hanging out the window chewing the gum, and Dan Marino's like, "Hey, you got any more of that gum?" And he's like, "That's none of your damn business, Dan Marino." Like,
what about his new show?
I haven't checked it out yet, but I've heard good things about it. So.
Kidding? It looks like it's trying to play on Mr. Rogers.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man.
But it looks weird as fuck.
Jim Carrey has never been the same to me since fucking Man on the Moon.
Right.
I think he went full fucking retard.
Yeah.
He went off the deep end a little bit.
I think he went off the deep end. I don't think he's ever come back to us. I mean, I think he's always been there, but I think after Man on the Moon, he went full.
Did you see that documentary?
No, I don't think
so.
He's fucking great.
He's
really
an asshole during that shoot.
Yeah. No, it was great.
It's funny, some of the people who are actually, we find hilarious, but in the industry are considered huge assholes.
Oh, yeah.
Mike Myers is one.
Yeah.
Mike Myers is known to be very hard to work with.
Really?
Very hard to work with.
That's why he casts himself in all the roles.
You know, at the same time, though, fucking, you know, back in the day with Wayne's World, A little factoid for you guys. The studio did not want him to use Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody.
Really?
They felt it was fucking dated and nobody was going to get it. And he said, then the production of this movie stops right now. It is going to be this song or nothing at all.
Good for him.
And turned out to be one of the most iconic fucking scenes from a movie of the 90s.
Well, they almost cut that scene too because he was injuring his neck doing the headbanging.
Are you serious?
Yeah, like if you actually watch that scene, you'll see he's not really headbanging that much.
Oh, no, yeah.
He's doing like the little bob, yeah.
Right.
Which became like the Wayne bob from then on out, so...
Yeah,
but
known for being very hard to work with.
Can we actually put Wayne's World up as a second chance movie? Is that...
Come on, everybody saw Wayne's World.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Maybe the kids today.
If you were a kid in
but
the 90s,
I don't think they'll
saw
find it
but...
funny.
I would disagree. That movie's hilarious.
I don't think it plays today. It plays to us because we get a lot of the pop culture references.
Well,
but I don't think they're gonna get
want
it.
you guys to watch these movies, especially in the 90s, so that you know the awesomeness that you fucking missed in the 90s. Okay, I'm sorry you weren't born yet, but it was a great time, an awesome time. All 10 years, it was great. I'd love to have it come back. Like, that's what happens when you go to Portland, Oregon. It's
all
like,
of it, though.
There
were a lot of Wayans in the 90s.
Well, but there's
listen,
all the
man.
good Wayans.
Listen, dude.
Scary Movie 1 wasn't bad.
Don't go fucking chasing waterfalls here.
All right.
Okay.
My bad.
Well, but
we don't want any scrubs.
But you know what? Like, Mike is not wrong. The first Scary Movie is actually really funny, and I actually own it.
And one of the taglines was like, "No sequels."
Right, and then they made like 9 of them.
Right.
So.
Joke was on us.
But once again, one of the greatest ensembles of tits in the 90s, and we didn't get one bare nipple. Not one. There's something wrong with that.
From
dude.
what?
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
You're talking Scary Movie.
I'm
You're
thinking
talking
Scream.
Yeah.
Damn it, I'm thinking Scream. Well, they're all kind of the same.
You did get Rose McGowan walking in to check the
garage.
refrigerator. Yeah, in the garage. There's like one moment right there.
Well, she was a nude.
No, but she's definitely
hard
cold.
nipples, dude. Before she was nuts, she was fucking smoking hot, dude.
Absolutely, dude.
And even Drew Barrymore.
Jawbreaker.
Yeah.
Oh, good stuff. So let's talk a little bit about. We do got a lot to talk about. So bad news came out the last week or so. It looks like the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is on indefinite hiatus.
It's terrible.
I don't think this movie's getting made at this point. I think Marvel's just gonna let it go and be done with it. So
I think they're gonna kind of like wrap some of the ideas into like Captain Marvel and things like that.
Yeah,
give it time, dude. I've been saying we have a short attention span, and he'll be back.
I don't think James Gunn is coming back at this point.
After Disney had that second meeting with him,
nah, that shit got shut down. But
5 years tops.
Yeah, but in 5 years, are like we gonna be itching for another Guardians movie at that point?
We've got another fucking Incredibles movie 10 years later.
Well, technically it was 15, but
15 years later, and we still loved it.
Well, they're cartoons. It's different.
Star Wars. How many times are we gonna reboot some Star Wars shit? Well, not reboot, but
how well is that doing right now?
Well, it's doing fine.
Slow your roll there, Yoda. All right, so
it spun even offshoot movies of that shit.
Yeah, but look at Solo.
And then there's Christmas special.
How you gonna? Did you see Solo?
I did see Solo,
and you didn't like Solo?
It was fan service, and it was very palatable. It was McDonald's. It wasn't a great meal, but it was.
Shut your goddamn mouth. No, I'm just playing. It was fine.
Wait, you didn't like Solo?
I've always wanted to know why he had the name Solo. Because he's by himself.
Yeah, but it wasn't like he was like, that's why they call me Solo.
It was just about that way.
No, you're
Chewbacca, that's a long name. I'm going to have to call you something for short. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
I don't know.
Well, since Solo, like a lot of people had a problem with who played Han Solo.
Sure.
I think he's fine.
I thought he was okay, but you know what? Now that over this last weekend, I think I found a better Han Solo. I think I found, in my opinion, the new Harrison Ford.
Jim Carrey.
I think he's already picking it up, and that would be John Krasinski.
Krasinski from The Office.
Yes, from The Office.
Yeah.
I spent the weekend watching Jack Ryan on Amazon.
And how was that, dude?
Dude, I'm about the 3rd or 4th episode in, because these days I'm not trying to binge watch.
I guess.
Right? I want to take it slowly.
Exactly.
fuck, dude, this guy has broken out of his office role, dude.
Oh yeah.
So goddamn good of a show, man. I'm like, this
He's
is
pretty
dude.
jacked too,
This
isn't
is
he?
well, you know what? No, this is fucking different, dude. I mean, he was pretty jacked in
the Benghazi movie,
13 Hours,
Right.
which I thought was really fucking good. I think he did a great role. First time I was like, wow, dude, but now he's really out of the element. And at first I was a little kind of because I was like, is this just going to be another fucking Jason Bourne,
Right.
Mission Impossible fucking thing? And it's not. It is. He's super fucking smart, no doubt
Right.
about it.
Right.
He is a fucking ex-Marine. I'm sorry, not ex-Marine. You're always a Marine. My mistake. But he's vulnerable.
Okay.
He got blown up. It's not the same. He's got back issues. He's not out there fucking Jason Bourne in it and fucking jumping
Right.
off fucking rooftops like Mission Impossible and all that shit, dude.
Or like Harrison Ford.
He's
in
super.
Patriot
He's
Games
super
and
cerebral. He's very smart.
Jack Ryan.
Air
I'm
Force
talking.
One.
I'm talking. This
Wow, that
guy's
wasn't
like
Jack
he's
Ryan.
he's like fucking Mensa candidate, and he's an
Right.
analyst.
Right.
You know, really fucking good show. Highly recommend it, dude. I know Chris won't watch it because
Who you talking
it's
about?
on Amazon and he's got to pay
I
for
got
it.
Prime.
Holy shit! Do you really?
Yeah, I want the free shipping.
yeah.
That's the only reason I got it in the first
Fucking
place.
A, right?
I had it for a year. I didn't even know I had TV shows.
Same here.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah.
We'll get back to Jack Ryan, but Amazon Prime. Have any of you watched The Tick yet on Amazon
No.
Prime?
No.
It's really good.
Is it funny?
I've watched the first.
I like that
Because
actor.
I got to tell you, man, when they did the first, because I love the Saturday morning cartoon.
Right.
We watched that shit after partying all night long. I'd still be high and drunk the next morning. I thought it was the greatest cartoon I've ever seen in my life. They came out with that first. I think it was Fox did a
Right, it was on.
And man, I got to tell you, I was like, this fucking sucks so many
Oh,
dicks.
it was so good though.
Really?
Dude.
I
Oh,
just
dude, it's
didn't
got
like it.
Patrick Warburton as the Tick.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
perfect casting in that regard. But
Dude, he was the best part of the show, and it has my absolute favorite episode where the country club for superheroes.
I don't think I made it that far.
It's like one of the last episodes, and the Tick goes to this country club for superheroes, and it's like they're racist superheroes that only allow white people in, but the Tick doesn't get racism. And the guy's like trying to convince the Tick. He's like, Tick, we can't bring Batmanuel in. Don't you understand? He goes, Tick, the cream rises to the top. And the Tick's like, yes, and that cream is white. And he's like, exactly.
okay.
Like, it's brilliant.
Yeah, I have to
like,
go back and check
there's
it
some
out.
brilliant episodes in it, and like all the Batmanuel stuff is fantastic.
Yeah.
With Nestor Carbonell.
Okay.
But I love that show. But this new one, it takes like a much more. It feels like the comic book universe, whereas it's a little more violent, which is what the comic books were.
I like that.
Yeah, so it's like the Tick like beats the shit out of bad guys. Not like the cartoon where he'd like smack people around, but he like throws a guy through a brick wall and is like, "Sorry, mate," or
Yeah.
like, "Hey, buddy, like you may want to check that out." And the guy's like in a bloody heap on the ground,
Yeah.
so it's like Super.
It's not that far.
Yeah, I like it when these superhero movies are fucking violent and dark. I know Ron is not a bit like
What?
Ron,
He just has to take a break
he has to
before
take
he
a
can
break.
finish.
He has to walk around.
I'm-
you know. Like I love
Get his panties on
I'm
out
one
of
of
the
the few
twist.
people. I love The Watchmen, and I'm excited that they're gonna have a
Yeah.
series now. Is it HBO or
Yeah.
HBO, yeah.
Pick it up? Fuck yeah, man! I mean,
Really, you're excited about a Watchmen series?
Well, it's
Yes.
not
I'm
redoing the
in.
comic.
I'm
so.
in on that.
Look, I am taking that one day at a time. I am not going to get excited. I'm not going to boo-hoo it.
I guess just whenever I see certain channels jump on, like AMC or HBO,
Sure, quality.
I go, listen, man, they put out awesome shit. You know, I really can't think of a lot of HBO shows that suck.
Even if I think they're like not well done, they're
Right.
still engaging to watch. Like Westworld's like it's a little slow for me, but I still enjoy watching
You're
it.
wrong.
Well, it's like the one AMC fucking show, Into the Badlands.
Yeah.
Now it's kind of not my deal, but it's the
well
fucking
done.
well-made show and shit. I mean,
And we're gonna talk a little kung fu later, due to
little
listener
bit, yeah.
requests, but not. But that's a good. I mean, look, most of the stuff that comes down AMC, like I agree, at least for the last like 10 years or so, has been good. I feel the same way about HBO.
Yeah.
I think really outside of those two, it's a little like you're like hit and miss with some of these stations.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta tell you, man, you and I hate to say it because when I was younger, I couldn't wait to get this, but When you say sci-fi, I'm going the other way.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I can almost fucking guarantee you I'm fucking jumping ship
Although
on that
I've heard
one.
good things about the Superman show they have, the Krypton. I've just never watched it.
Yeah.
So
They have Deadly Class coming too.
well, I mean,
And that's a dope fucking comic.
They look
Yeah.
like they're trying at the bare minimum.
Right.
You
They
know?
need to.
Right.
They need to fucking. I think they need a complete fucking management change and get some fucking real deal.
But that
in
was
there.
the home of Eureka, and that was a great show.
You know,
I love
it
that
always
show.
seems that their fucking shows just don't fucking do well, man. They just
Right.
don't get the fucking ratings, and even when they're good, they're fucking gone.
Well, but and I think the other
it's
part,
almost like Comedy Central.
Yeah.
The only fucking show they've been able to keep in all these years has been South Park.
yeah,
The Daily Show.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
they've got
yeah.
a
And
couple
they've
things.
gone through a bunch of different hosts.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the thing with some of these stations is like, especially with like Sci-Fi Network, and I will even say Amazon Prime.
Tosh been on like 10 years.
Okay. Well, I mean, you're talking about like comedy
Right,
sketch
right.
shows,
Okay,
you know.
okay.
But I'm talking about things that like move the zeitgeist. You know, it's like the last thing Sci-Fi Channel had that really was like game changing was like the Battlestar Galactica reboot.
Yeah.
And that's been since the
Early
mid 2000s. You
yeah.
know, like that's a long time ago.
2003.
2002 to like 2006 or 7, somewhere in
Yeah.
that range.
Well, Doctor Who like took over that mantle basically.
Yeah, but that's all BBC America. You
Yeah.
know?
And yeah, they're
I think
just,
a lot of
and
that
they're just
fan
running.
base kind
they're
of-
just running reruns.
yeah.
And the reason they have to run reruns is because BBC America plays shows at weird times.
Wait, was Sci-Fi Stargate?
Fucking can't
No.
get my head around
It's
it.
at
dude.
11:26.
Stargate kind of jumped around.
On
Stargate,
Saturday.
Stargate started.
11:08.
Was Stargate a syndicated? It was syndication at first, and then it jumped into like Showtime, and then it was on Sci-Fi at a certain
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
But even so, like Stargate was popular, but it was not like
No, it wasn't.
game changing.
I have some friends who are huge fans of the fucking show. I personally was not a fan of it. Love the movie, but I never ever got the feel of the movie.
From the show.
Not at all,
But
man.
I think that's one of the reasons. Like, I think that's why Netflix is doing what it's doing. They're just like, let's produce 54 new shows.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
5 of them will be great. You know, and the rest of them, who cares? We just won't do another season of them. But if we have 5 great shows, like it's like HBO. Like if you really think about HBO, like thank God Westworld hit and it's interesting because what else have they put up in the last couple years that has been? I mean, the first season of True Detective was great, and then it's like the
Yeah.
Still rolling though.
yeah,
Well,
but
they had that Jack Black one that kind of bombed. It went
Did
like
they
a
do
season
more?
and a half.
on the
True
they did the,
Detectives.
The button.
yeah, they did a second season, then they have a third
Right.
season coming out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I couldn't even get into the second season.
No,
man.
it was
I got like
terrible.
halfway through it. I was like, I don't give a shit about this.
But
like,
that
the
first season
was
so great.
off the
Yeah.
fucking chain good, dude.
But-
it was
but
like, whoa.
But
fuck.
don't you feel like it's like with some of these networks, you're like HBO is sort of living on borrowed time in a certain ways. Like,
No.
dude, once Game of Thrones goes, what are you watching on
Yeah,
HBO?
well-
What's the go-to thing on HBO?
I'm sure they've already got shit in development.
Well, and that's why
you
they
know
got
what I'm
Watchmen
saying?
coming down the pipe.
Yeah.
And,
But they're just hoping they'll resonate. They're hoping they
Yeah.
hit. They don't know.
but I think that's where I think like Amazon Prime is like starting to step up their game. Like
Right.
some of the shows coming through there. Like I'm excited to watch this Jack Ryan show. I just haven't had a chance to sit down and watch it yet.
Yeah.
You know, but like I enjoyed the.
I mean, it's
first
got
season.
money into it too.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
no fucking doubt.
But have
know,
you
so-
really thought about how many HBO shows for the last 20 years have been super huge?
Tales from the Crypt?
Well, I mean,
That's like more than 20 years
Fucking
ago at this point, dude.
Treme.
That was my jam back.
That was
in the
not.
day.
was-
That was not huge.
Oz,
Dude. Even The Wire wasn't huge. It
6 Feet Under,
That was, dude. That you're talking early 2000s now.
Deadwood,
You're talking early
Great
2000s.
fucking
Entourage,
That peaked in the late 2000s.
Boardwalk Empire,
Great
Blood.
show.
The Newsroom,
True Blood. But guys,
Vice,
True Blood has been off for
Oh yeah.
Okay.
3 or 4 years.
But I'm just kind of like doing the list. I mean, you got Sopranos, you got The Wire, Sex in the
I mean,
City, which
and let's
whatever.
fucking be really real here, and this is fucking coming from the industry people, dude. Sopranos changed the entire fucking game.
Fuck.
yeah,
Yeah,
for
they
sure.
You know, they never believed that a show like The Sopranos would pull in the ratings that it did.
But this
you
is
know?
what I'm hearing. I'm hearing a lot of shows that are done.
Well,
First
yeah,
off,
yeah.
like once Game of Thrones ends in the spring, all you have,
2028.
yeah, of our child's 30th birthday. No, but once it ends, it's like, what are you going to HBO for? So like, what's next? You know, and that's where I'm thinking like Netflix and Amazon Prime. Some of these streaming services
looking to pick up that slack.
Yeah, that's like that. Like let me tell you, the only reason I keep my Netflix subscription at this point is for the original programming. Because they have Stranger Things. Because I'm looking forward to Daredevil. I'm looking forward to Punisher.
And you know what? They're not the only ones who are going to be doing this kind of content. Like, you know, we've got the Disney thing coming.
Right.
The industry that I am part of is working on their own stuff these days.
I know. They've already called me like 7 times to offer me their freebie.
Hey, they call me too.
And I'm like, I literally was like, no, thank you. And the girl like kept doing her spiel.
I literally tell them I work there.
Yeah. And they just keep going?
They just fucking pause for like less than a second.
They got that script. They got to follow it.
They just keep going. I said, I don't... Everything is free.
The last time...
Can you beat that deal?
Yeah. The last time the girl called, I literally just went and I put my phone on mute and I just set it down.
Yeah.
And then I walked away.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wonder how long she'll go on for.
Right.
And it was a while.
Yeah.
Like she was selling me on it.
But yeah, you know, there's a lot of places out there that are going to be doing their own, you know, VOD services and stuff like that.
Well, cable's on its way out.
New content.
Well, I mean,
well, as we know it,
that box is on its way out.
Yeah.
But y'all on the pipeline. And that's what it's all
man,
about.
That's
dude.
our infrastructure, man.
That's what it's all about.
We didn't build that shit with fucking paper mache hats and fucking clothesline and shit, you know. So
the cable package, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
So the Jack Ryan though, the John Krasinski man, like that dude has potential to like turn into a big star.
I think so.
I mean I just got done rewatching The Office because I hadn't watched it since the first time it was on.
It's on all the time too.
Well, dude, but I mean I don't watch regular TV, so it's like one of those things where it was just it replaced my what do I watch for a half hour before
You know,
bed.
I was always like hit and miss about the show, and what I always thought about him is just like him looking over the cubicle with his eyes kind of. And, you know, like, is this really fucking going on? Like, this guy's a fucking dumbass.
Yeah,
no, I mean, it was all this whole...
A lot of face acting.
Yeah, a lot of face acting.
Absolutely.
In it, you know? And so I never really thought much past that TV show. And then I saw 13 Hours, and I was like, pretty impressive.
You got to check out A Quiet Place.
Another movie I've heard fucking... I mean,
Did
you're
you
not the
see
only person. I've
did.
heard this is a fucking awesome movie.
So-
And I heard they're going to do a second part.
I don't know how, but okay. Especially, well, I mean, the ending of it had some finality, I guess, to it.
You can always just do a different family story.
I guess, but without, I mean, I don't want to spoil. I mean, can you care?
I do care.
Okay, well, then, you should.
Don't
you
yet.
should earmuffs. No, but I mean, without spoiling like the end of the film or any of the big moments.
Still a recent movie. We can't spoil it.
Yes, we can.
It was like last spring.
It's been a while.
Fuck that.
So, but I mean, what did you like Mike and I have had like because he did not like the movie as much as I did.
It was all right.
To me, it's like one of my 5 favorite movies this year.
Oh, okay.
And he was like, I was like, dude, it was so good. And he goes, I mean, if you like bad movies. And I was like, dude.
Don't put words in my freaking mouth, man.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I thought it was decent. It just there was a lot of heavy-handedness. Like, and it opens up, and they're in his little bunker. And it's like, there's notes on the wall. And it's like, what kills these guys? Weakness circle. So it's like they're really spelling things out very bluntly for the audience. And it's like, if you were living with these people for like, or these monsters for, it seems like at least, 5-6 years, you wouldn't be like, weakness, circle that. Let's try to figure that out. That's our brainstorming session for the day.
I hate it when you do a movie that plays out like Resident Evil 3.
Oh, okay.
That's why I had a problem with the Resident Evil movie, because they found clues like that, like you would in a video game. You're like, okay, thanks for
like spoon feeding this to me.
Might as well just made it fucking go cha-ching or something as I fucking picked it up.
My only issue with the movie is I wish there was some kind of other conflict within the family.
You mean surviving an alien invasion wasn't enough conflict?
I wanted their own individual story arc within the family.
I mean, look, I think I get where you're coming from, but I think at the end of the day, it was like, because it's not an overly violent film. It's more suspense than like horror.
Yeah.
There's definitely a small horror element to it, like alien sci-fi horror type horror.
Like anal probes.
Nah, they didn't. There was no probing.
Well,
but the creatures.
That's normally the scary part about aliens.
Is that the only part? Was the things
I
that
wouldn't call
happen
it
in your
scary,
butt?
just kind of unwelcome.
Yeah.
Well, they blue waffle you, and it gets really bad. So, but doesn't blue waffle sound like something out of a Star Wars film though? Like Luke gets his blue milk, and then it's all blue milk.
And Peru, maybe some blue waffles.
She had a blue waffle in there down there.
I would definitely say that's #swaff. So, but
Forgot about that.
we're making it a thing, Chris. We're bringing it back. No, but I would say that my only complaint about it was a slight lack of consistency on
the sound.
Because it's like any sound will draw these creatures in, and I'm all so like, what if you had beans the night before?
Yeah.
Like, because it's like that level of sound.
Yeah.
Like they're playing with like crochet Monopoly pieces because the sound of the thing on the board will make too much noise. But other times they're like walking upstairs.
Oh, I fucking be dead. I've developed this new fucking snore.
Oh, have you?
I have it. As I've gotten fucking older.
Yeah.
My balls have gotten longer. Okay. And it's pulling on my esophagus and it's making me fucking snore at night.
That's gotta be what it is.
Science.
Yeah. Thank you.
So I wake up, dude. I'm like, my balls are underneath me, and I'm like laying on them, and then I'm fucking snoring. So those fucking aliens would have fucking got me.
You're a goner.
So yeah, that would be my only complaint. That, and I don't disagree with Mike, where there's some definite like.
It's a very simple story.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
and I think that's why it works. Yeah. I think if you made it more complicated, like it would not.
He directed it too.
But the acting was,
dude,
solid.
It's him and Emily Blunt.
Yeah,
and
just being quiet.
Dude, there's like no talking in this film.
And he just keeps fucking like looking over the cubicle. His fucking eyes are like, and she looks over from her fucking desk, and she's like,
I did wish they didn't have any underscore.
So
kind of like Castaway.
Oh, that would have been interesting. Yeah, but it was quiet for long stretches.
Oh, it was, and they played with it, and I appreciated that.
Like when they come across somebody for the first time, it like freaks you. It freaked me out. I was like, oh my God, don't, old man, shut up. And then that's like the first time you get like.
Fucking Ron, pause that motherfucker, dude. He's like, I gotta get a drink. I gotta
take a walk.
I gotta get me some Gatorades. Shit, man, it's fucking me. I'm turning the lights on.
It's like cardio for me, dude, because I'm like, I'm dripping sweat, dude. And I'm just like, I gotta
Heart's fucking racing like a
shirts,
motherfucker, dude.
You know, get that shit up to 160 beats per minute, you know? So, but anyways, so we should check out Jack Ryan on.
Most definitely.
All right. Well,
Hey, what's going on with all these singers losing their voices? Are you seeing this?
What?
Fucking like Bono in the middle of a concert lost his voice, and then Dave
He's
Grohl.
75 fucking years old.
Well, okay, but Dave Grohl too.
Aliens.
Maybe
Isn't that crazy?
Maybe they're alien.
Dave,
voice.
get back on the drums.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Well, you know what? If you put on your They Live glasses, you'll see that they've got like the bug eyes and everything.
Well, Tom fucking Cruise definitely is. One of
without
them.
question, dude.
Fuck.
Now Grohl apparently said that's the last time I make out with Bono.
Okay.
He did.
That's fucking pretty good.
Did you? Was that a whole setup for that joke? By the
no,
way,
that's really what he said.
Because that was a lot of work for.
No, I just find it
I was gonna
interesting.
say, and how about that being married, huh, guys? Huh? Right?
No, man, it was
Some motherfuckers always
legit.
trying to ice skate uphill.
No, I was just.
And
curious
what's
if
the
they
deal
were-
with Hungry Man dinners? No, all right.
I've been watching a lot of Seinfeld lately. No, I was just curious if you'd heard it because I know you're a big Foo Fighters fan.
I am, but I don't follow them like on tour religiously.
Foo Fighter fan.
Well, for the Foo Fighter fans out there, I guess they were like a bunch of people were standing in line for to get tickets for a show, and they were supposed to have some like kind of band come and entertain these people while they're waiting. And guess who showed up?
Kurt Cobain.
The motherfucking Foo Fighters.
Oh yeah.
Played for him right there in the fucking parking lot.
I mean, that's a good surprise, but I really think Kurt Cobain would have been a really...
Kurt Cobain came out and he introduced the band, dude.
He did. He's
Yeah.
like, I got a bunch of guys that I used to play with.
He didn't really say anything. He had a big hole right through the fucking head, dude.
He was really good at whistling now, right?
He's glad the Santa Ana's weren't fucking blowing at the time.
He's like Arseface on
geez.
fucking Preacher, right? Dude, so we need to talk a little bit of Preacher,
Oh
right?
my God, it's so good.
So this is the show that we all, in our different ways, we all love when we sit
Yes.
down and watch it, but none of us watch it with any regularity.
No,
Like,
total inconsistency.
You're like on the first end of you finished season 1, right?
Yeah.
I'm literally on the last episode of season 2. Chris just finished season 3. And then Mike, where are you at?
We're on season 3, huh?
You are.
Oh, dude.
So you just spoiled a bunch of stuff.
Oh, Well,
thanks though.
All right.
No, I'm in the middle of like season 2. Like I kind of got bored a little bit with the New Orleans storyline.
Sure.
Yeah, but it's New Orleans, dude. What?
Oh shit! He
like pulled it out and everything,
Right?
man.
Dude, I'm ready to go. By the way, I'm so ready to go any day.
Chris went to New Orleans last. What was it? Last year for Mardi Gras?
2 years ago. No, I just went. It was like on a Tuesday.
And so he.
Well, Mardi Gras is on a Tuesday.
Well, no, it wasn't Fat Tuesday. Actually, apparently it's.
Wait, does Mardi Gras happen on a Tuesday every year?
Man, it sucks.
It leads up to Tuesday. Tuesday's the end of it.
We had Mike and I had a mutual friend, Steve. He literally at one point was like, "We're like, dude, we're going out for Mardi Gras," and he was like, "Oh,
sucks it's on a Tuesday this year.
sucks on Tuesday this year. I can't go."
We love you, Kyle.
We're like, idiots. All right. But yeah, so Chris went to New Orleans, and now he's like Captain New Orleans.
He's got a big duffel bag of
He does.
Fucking great,
beaded necklaces for the next fucking.
He just throws them out of his car while he's driving now. Like he's just all, yeah, New Orleans.
Show your tits. Woo!
They call him the Big Easy.
Yeah.
Nice.
So good, dude. If I could move there, I would. I would
Really?
starve, but yeah, I would live there.
Yo, yeah, because people would be like,
You wouldn't drown. I messed my own joke up.
really?
No.
Too soon, Mike. I mean,
Quit it.
Katrina was, 12 years ago, but that's too soon.
Back when Kanye didn't support the president.
Oh,
No.
too soon. All right. So anyways, but this Preacher show, man, like,
So good.
I think it's like, quite honestly for me, I think it might be the best like comic book adapted show on TV.
It follows the comic, but it also takes such huge steps aside, but keeps the spirit beautifully.
Right.
And it's so gleefully violent that it like all of its subject matter.
It's pretty nasty.
Well, but
like there's some real nasty moments.
But it could get heavy too. Like some of the stuff they're dealing with, it's like super blasphemous, which I think is like. But the way they approach it is so like unique and original, and you're
right.
and I'm just like.
And Hitler's the nicest guy in the show,
dude. Hitler in season 2, like when they're with Arseface in Hell. And like all his Hell cellmates that he has, like the people in his block. Yeah. So there's like a caveman that's getting tortured by a television with fire on it. Like he doesn't understand it. Like, that's his torture
they
in
just
Hell.
Tape his head to it.
It's like, and he's all like. But it's like all the people in Hell, it's like all these different like archetypes that you would think would go to hell. There's like the bully, there's like the super nice mom that like killed somebody, and then it just so happens in the cell block, Hitler is a part of their cell block,
And he's a bitch.
and he is the bitch.
He's the nicest guy,
but he's so sweet and tender, and it's just like
covering for Arseface.
yeah, and then his flashbacks, Steve's it's like in Hell they torture you with like one moment from your life, and for Hitler it's like the last moment he was nice, and he's at this diner with Ava,
With a girl, yeah.
and he's like yeah, I would like a little bit of strudel, or no, not strudel, it's some, because they offer him strudel later, and he's like, I hate strudel, but like the Jewish guy gets like the last piece of whatever he wanted, and it's like him like staring across at the Jewish guy across the table, and the gays that turn down his art. Like it's like this moment where you're like, a part of you is like, oh, that Hitler seems.
I kind of get it.
I get Hitler now. I get him.
Well, in the Arseface like flashback, those are just like heartbreaking.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
That poor guy.
Yeah.
But like the show though, it's like. And then like all the stuff with the cowboy,
The Saint.
yeah, with the Saint,
Saint of Killers.
Oh, he's so good, dude. He's so good. And it's like, but the show, every time I don't watch it, and then I sit down to watch it, I'm like, why don't I watch this
Exactly
show? Like
how I
all the,
feel.
like this should be
I
my
see
favorite
it in the
show.
Yeah, no, it's in the queue, and I go, okay, I got this. Oh, I got fucking Preacher to watch too. And then I watch it. I'm like, why didn't I want to watch that? That was so good.
The thing that kills me is I will go and watch like Fear the Walking Dead
Right.
before I will watch Preacher.
Right.
That kills me too.
Yeah.
But and I admittedly, dude, Preacher is so much more fun and enjoyable than
Right.
Fear, and it's like I still watch Fear and I still enjoy it. And you guys are really missing out, by the way. It's like,
Oh, I'm not.
this season, dude, tornado zombies. That's all I gotta say. It's Zomnado.
So
It's
stupid.
I can't wait. I'm so excited.
So dumb.
I'm so excited. It's just there's so much good.
I'm out on that shit.
Yeah,
I
no.
can't. I don't even watch it.
Not happening.
It insults me.
Just give it another try, Steve. Just try.
No, fuck that, dude. I got shit to do, dude.
I don't care about any of the characters.
I've been burned enough by those bastards.
I gotta take the fucking trash out to the street and fucking. I was like, oh, I'm gonna clean the toilet with the toilet brush. Then wash that fucking crap, dude. I don't fuck that shit, man. Man. Nope.
Priorities, dude. It's priorities.
Yep.
Steve's like, I got like 7 episodes of Teen Titans Go to watch.
Fucking yeah.
Now, are you enjoying the Teen Titans Go?
No.
You don't like it? I think that shit's funny as hell.
Yeah, come on over.
Yeah, no, it's
watch
great.
my fucking kids for a weekend, dude.
Oh, it's great. Dude.
Watch that shit like just on a fucking loop, dude.
For me, it was SpongeBob, so you missed out, dude. You didn't have to deal with the Bob.
Yeah, I was out on the SpongeBob. My daughter was a little old for that, so I watched Beauty and the fucking Beast on a goddamn loop. And, Lion King.
That's a good movie, though.
You know,
those aren't like SpongeBob. The entire point of it is to be as obnoxious sounding as possible.
Well, success.
Yeah, no.
I used to let Sid watch Ren and Stimpy.
Oh, I love that show.
Same thing.
Spike and Mike are coming back to Riverside.
I saw that video, dude. Very excited about that. Last time
Patrick has been really working to make that happen.
Well, the last time I saw that at the Fox Theater in the 90s, it was a rundown shithole that was coming in on itself.
Weird Al was there.
Taking a couple of, I wouldn't know because I had taken a couple of hits of acid. So,
all right. I guess that's the night to do it.
No, I remember
a lot of what was going on that night. I remember water dripping on. I think it was water dripping on my head.
Okay.
From the
Weird Al was there, and they would not let me in because I was not 18.
It might have been
to meet Weird Al.
I might have been getting.
My dad was with me, going like, "I give him permission. I'm his parental guardian. Like, can he just go in the lobby and meet Weird Al?" And they're like, "Nope."
Sorry, you don't like it. Be older. I don't know what to tell you.
Fuck you.
Rules are rules.
Well, I am older now, and I'm going to meet Weird
We're
Al.
saving you from.
Actually, met Al, so it's cool.
Yeah, my friend Eric Piggers, he did a Lupo the Butcher or some shit back. It was his cartoon back in the fucking day.
You know, what was it? No Neck Joe, the old keyboard player from No Doubt, did the music for that.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, and then he quit the band and worked on The Simpsons.
Yeah.
But yeah, he talented dude, man.
A lot of guys got their start
doing
that stuff, man.
That's good stuff. Man. Just break the microphone.
Yeah, my friend went up to Canada where he like lived above this strip club for like 6 weeks fucking making this thing.
That's crazy.
It was fucking, he's like, oh, it sucked, but it was great. And
yeah. So Preacher, so Chris, do you suggest season 3?
Oh hell yes, season 3 is the best one.
Because I just finished 2, and I'm looking for 3.
Let me back that up. Because I do not enjoy the Angelville stuff, like his childhood home.
Oh, I'm so excited for that now. I was hoping that'd get there.
I know you guys are like, you'll dig that, but I freaking do not enjoy like really rednecky shit. That's just not my thing. So that bothers me. You know, like I'm not a fan of Deliverance. I'm not digging that shit.
Oh, I love it.
Best romantic comedy out there.
I know.
Yeah,
pump the soundtrack in the car.
I just can't do it. Like Joe Dirt, I can't watch it.
Oh, that's so good.
I just can't.
You're so wrong.
I just the redneck humor is just not like weird ass Appalachia shit. I'm not into that.
I did wish they had John Wayne in it, like the comics.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
I know that.
In Preacher?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
is he in the show?
Yeah.
Is he finally?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
They got it in season 3?
Yeah.
Finally.
Oh no, he's in there.
Deliciously weird.
I'll have to fucking.
Oh,
go
it
back
is
and
really
jump into
weird.
Season 2, man. So
The best part of the Hitler stuff is like they get out of hell with Arseface at the end of season 2, and Hitler's all, bye.
Oh no,
just runs away.
You'd be amazed at how funny Hitler can be portrayed.
Well,
have you ever seen Gilbert Gottfried as Hitler in a movie called Highway to Hell?
I have.
Where he's sitting there arguing with that it wasn't him.
Yes.
Fuck, and it's the whole Gilbert Gottfried. It's just
he's like, it wasn't me, even though I'm Hitler. Like the Jewish guy.
Blaming it all on Goebbels or some shit, dude. Or even
I was just in.
I mean, come on, dude. The producers,
right?
Yeah. I mean, fuck.
That's really good.
But in this one, it was like it's like Hitler is actually a bad guy.
Right.
And there's like a moment where like
you think he redeems himself,
yeah, but he doesn't, and he's like, "Okay, everybody, I need you to calm down, and calm." No one's listening to him. He goes, "Please be quiet, please," and he's like, "You all need to be quiet and listen to me because I am fucking Hitler." And everybody like quiets down after he's been the bitch for 10 episodes. It's like all of a sudden you're like, "That's fucking Hitler."
Okay, because I'm not spoiling much here, but you know how he gets out and he runs away on his own.
Yeah.
He goes to work at like Subway. So he's Hilter, Mr. Hilter.
Okay.
It's fucking great.
I can't wait.
Does he got the mustache?
Oh yeah,
and it's actors
and he's trying to like
too. That's the thing.
He's trying to recruit the employees at the Subway. It's so fucking good,
and to be a part of the Third Reich.
Right? It's so funny, man. Like all of that stuff with him is really just out there. It's so out there.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll put that on the list.
You gotta watch that shit
to get back into it.
You of all people,
I
at
love
this table
like I
would
said,
love
I
this
love
shit.
the fucking first season, even though I was like really back and forth about when I saw it, But it's funny where I work and the technology at my fingertips, how much I don't record crap.
Right.
I just don't. And if you look at my DVR, you go, Steve, you recorded that 3 years ago. I said, yeah, I'm gonna get around to watching.
I'll watch it one day.
Sometime.
I had those Fear, like a season and a half of Fear on my DVR, and I finally just got to a point where like I'm not watching this bullshit. I deleted them.
I finally sat down and watched Deadpool 2.
Oh yeah, what'd you think? You're wrong.
You didn't like it?
It was funny.
It was not as funny as the first.
It was not, dude. Yeah. It was not, man.
It was okay.
It
was a better story, a better movie.
Yeah.
Than the first one.
Yeah.
Well, did you watch the super duper unrated cut?
No.
Because actually that is more like the first one. Like the stuff that they snuck through in the first one that they didn't sneak. I mean, there's some great moments in Deadpool 2, like the baby legs.
Yeah.
That whole, like, I was laughing uncontrollably.
And the whole skydiving sequence. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. The X-Force sequence is like, and all the X-Force. And I love when he breaks Cerebro. Like,
which really happened.
Yes.
I mean, like, I liked it, but I wasn't laughing out loud like we did in the theater.
No.
I mean,
but like we've seen that.
Yeah.
And to try and replicate that would never have worked.
Right.
So they had to go somewhere new.
Yeah. Well, and I think the problem was they should have stuck with the X-Force stuff, and like they should have gone that route, like the whole fucking movie, because all that stuff was gold.
Yeah.
And the stuff with the kid actually on the second watch, like the second time I watched it, I was like, all right, because I didn't like the kid the first watch. I was like, none of this is working for me. And then the second time, I was like, okay, now that I know where this goes, and like the stuff with the girlfriend or the fiance, it's like all that worked better for me the second time because I knew where it was going. The first time, I think I spent the first half of the movie being mad at the movie for killing her. I was like, really? Like, God damn it, I hate when movies do this. I'm so bitter.
Yeah.
And then it was like, it took away my want to laugh. And then the second time I watched it, I was like, oh, well, it's cool. And I laughed more, I think, during the second watch. So.
Yeah, it did play better the second time. And I haven't seen the Super Duper cut
Dude,
yet.
I was bummed that they killed off his girlfriend. I'm sorry, what her name is?
Marina Baccarin.
Oh, my God.
That's what I was saying.
It is so goddamn hot, dude.
Yeah.
I love when he goes, let's grab the strap on and make a baby.
I don't think that's the way it works.
But let's give it a try. No, but like all of in the Super Duper cut, there's like one, like, the bit where it cuts to him and he's like, I'm going to kill myself. And then it immediately cuts to him sitting on top of the barrels and he like blows himself up. Right. There's like a sequence. There's like multiple sequences of him trying to commit suicide, a la like Groundhog's Day. In the first one, he goes to the zoo. And he's like standing outside of the polar bear exhibit, and some little girl's like, "Are you a superhero?" He's like, "That's right, sweetie. I'm Captain Tight Pants." And she's like, "Who's that, Daddy?" And he like jumps into the polar bear pit, and like blood splatters everywhere. It's like this sequence. It's like 4 ways of him trying to kill himself that they cut for some unexplained reason.
Yeah.
And then there was more stuff at the X Mansion with Yukio, who I fucking love.
Yeah. All right.
Hi, Yukio. Hi, Deadpool. Or hi, Wade. So.
Yeah, that's gold.
Well, I'm sorry you didn't love the movie as much as, the first one.
Hey,
But it's still better than a stick in the eye, right?
Absolutely.
Like, you're like, for me, it's like when I watched it like the second time and I got through it, I'm like, Yeah, I still like this movie. Like, I would still throw this on at any point and watch it because it's fun. Yeah. You know,
which is not what you said about the first one. You said it was not as watchable.
That's to me.
It had diminishing returns.
It is still the diminishing returns movie because there's not enough movie in that movie. Like there's not enough plot.
Yeah, it just gags.
Yeah, like gag after gag after gag. Where this one actually had some plot. I love the opening action sequence in that first movie, but it gets so dark in the middle that I just want to fast forward past all of that, where he's being tortured, into the more fun stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And I think this one, I kind of feel the way about like the opening like this one kind of suffers from some of the same problems, but you know, it is what it is, you know?
It was fun.
Yeah, it just wasn't perfect. You know? So, all right, well, we're getting towards the end over here, and we did promise we would talk about some kung fu movies.
Oh, okay.
We had a listener request. Yeah, we're probably going to edit that out.
Can't make karate sounds anymore?
Is that what
China
that was?
Man is not the problem, dude. He pissed on my rug.
Really tied the room together.
Right.
So, I don't know why we don't talk kung fu movies, because we generally do like kung fu movies.
They're fine. I just don't think there's a passion for them like there used to be.
You know, my genre was horror growing up. I do like the kung fu movies. I like fight movies. And when you go to fucking someplace like Comic-Con, there's always that fucking guy, that vendor, right? Who's got swords. He's got the good shit. First, you got to get through all of his DVDs with little post-it notes on it, because it's all like little anime girls with strange tentacles coming out of their vaginas. I don't understand why this is a big thing, but they really like that stuff. And then he's like, dude, I got the good stuff back here. And I'm kind of like, I'm afraid of what you're about to fucking show me, sir. As you can see, your tentacle porn here is just on the open. So what do you have behind there? And that's when he pulls out some fucking kung fu movie that is super fucking cool.
With the special package throwing stars.
Right, he's like, dude, this is the special fucking
Master of the Flying Guillotine.
This is the Turkish version. All right, this was banned in Singapore, and some people got hung.
There were 5 actual deaths in the filming.
They're like, this is legit, right? And so you spend $45 on a DVD. And there's not even a bonus tentacle porn, thing in there.
You have completely lost me at this point. So
I'm trying to go with you. I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
That was some definite stream of consciousness right there.
So you've never seen that booth?
I have, but I
don't stop there.
I don't stop. I just keep going.
No.
So.
Well, this is where you get the good fucking kung fu movies.
I guess. That's why we don't talk about them.
I don't really have a huge selection of this shit in my.
But I think we've all seen a ton of them. We just
growing up, my dad was a huge fan, so he'd always show me. Like I remember, like Ricky O,
all the Bruce Lee stuff.
Yeah,
and that shit was really cool. I liked what they were starting to do in the beginning of the 2000s with the whole crouching dragon, hidden penis thing with all the wire stuff.
Yeah, that was really kind of cool.
You know,
Jackie Chan. Mr. Nice Guy is like one of my favorite.
Oh, Drunken Master, dude. Legend of Drunken Master.
No way, Cannonball Run. He was phenomenal in that. And at the end, the splits and he rips the pants. Dude, ultimate fight scene
What's the movie he was doing with
Shanghai Noon?
Those are
Rush
great,
Hour,
dude.
Rush Hour. There you go.
Those are not kung fu movies.
Yes, they are.
Okay.
No, they're not.
Even Chris Tucker was doing some. He gets kung fu.
No. You're insulting my intelligence right now.
So, in general,
Shanghai Noon.
Maybe we need to do better, learning these movies. I mean, for me, my favorite's probably a Shaolin Soccer.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, all those movies are like the Kung Fu Hustle.
That's a good one.
And Shaolin Soccer, and they're all directed by Stephen Chow. I like his movies and his style. And he's the lead in all of them. So
it always reminds. It's like I'm playing a fucking Street Fighter, and I just did a fucking back forward high kick. And
if you want a fun,
the energy comes shooting out of the fucking guy.
Fun martial arts movie. It's called Ricky O, and it's about like someone's wrongfully in prison, and like they're like in this like death prison, and it's a martial arts movie, but they like punch through people.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, it's like super violent, super gory, but like over the top fun with martial arts. I remember having a blast watching it when I was in high school.
Kung Fu Panda?
No, God, no.
All right, so for me, it's a tie between Beverly Hills Ninja and The Last Dragon.
All right, it's a good pick.
Sure enough, my favorite.
So, I mean, I can get behind The Last Dragon because that movie's dope as shit. Like, it's like let's do a blaxploitation movie in the early 80s and just go with it. You know?
Sure enough.
When he fucking shows up, dude, in the beginning, man, wearing that whole, like...
Bruce Leroy or Sean F?
Bruce Leroy.
Yeah.
And he's wearing the fucking hat.
Yes.
And, like, the...
Dude, he's
I don't
like,
know, the silk pajamas.
Who's the master?
Holy
Show
shit, dude. Oh, it was so fun.
Now, what about Beverly Hills Ninja?
No, like, you guys, let's...
that was a joke.
Was that with Chris Farley?
Yeah, that was terrible.
Okay, so some of my actual, like, modern favorites, The Raid is... If you've never seen it, basically, did you guys see the remake of Dredd?
Yeah, it's the same movie.
It's literally like, they're like, you know what's a good movie? The Raid. Let's just like do Judge Dredd over the top of that movie in English and you'll love it. So if you like Dredd, you'll love The Raid. Like, that movie's freaking rad. IP Man is a fantastic film as well.
IP Man?
Yes. It's the story of Bruce Lee's trainer. And there's 3 of them. It's Donnie Chen, I think.
The guy from Rogue One?
Yes, he played in Rogue One, and he is it's like, I mean, it didn't do huge money in the United States, but it's really an interesting movie. And I mean, it's kung fu. You can't spoil much in it, but it's definitely, you know, it's got its ups and downs. And then weirdly, I love Kung Fu Hustle. Like,
that's a good one.
Oh,
like,
Kung Fu Hustle's great, man.
Like, it's a ridiculous movie.
It's Tex Avery with martial arts.
Absolutely. And it is so much fun. And I've watched that movie probably 50 times because I think it's so much fun.
Yeah.
Now, what about the Karate Kid reboot?
No.
Are you talking about the one with Jaden Smith?
No.
It's got Kung Fu in it.
Any of that?
It's garbage, dude.
It's so bad. And how is it the Karate Kid when he's teaching him Kung Fu? That's what I never understood.
The Kung Fu Kid is not a property that people will come see.
But why would they change it?
Because Jackie Chan would teach him Kung Fu.
That's stupid.
And then
bugged me.
One of the best kung fu movies that's kind of forgotten at this point, which is Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, dude.
Right.
Like, that movie was like an Oscar winner. It was so good.
Right.
Like, that movie's fantastic.
No, I gotta tell you, man. I mean, they were doing shit in that movie. We were like, holy crap!
The wire work and all that.
Oh, yeah,
Kill
man.
Bill.
Cool,
You can't go wrong with the Kill Bill series. There's a lot of martial arts in that.
Yeah, but I mean, that's not
That's not a Hong Kong.
Oh, come on.
No.
They do the whole Pai Mei thing, and I mean, it's an
homage to it.
Yeah, it's
Right.
definitely. There's nothing wrong with it.
5-finger exploding
Heart trick.
fuck yeah,
Technique.
dude. That's legit.
I mean, and
It's a
look,
real thing.
my thing is, I never got into like a lot of the '70s ones because I
Right.
couldn't get past their production value. Like,
So bad.
Some of them are fun to watch, but they all feel like what's the one that's the send off that I can't.
Oh, Kung Pao into the fist?
Yes, they all
Oh,
feel like
yes.
Kung Pao entered the fist to me when I
man,
watch them.
That's a lot of nuts!
I got some fucking friends, man, who love that goddamn movie. And
Yeah, I'm one of them.
I think it's fucking garbage, dude. I can't watch it. See, that's fucking annoying as fuck right now, dude. It is. I'm sitting there going, I don't get it.
That movie had like bad marketing.
Was I supposed to be high first?
Yes,
Before
actually,
I watched
yeah.
This? Okay,
yeah.
well, I missed.
It's Bob Odenkirk, man.
I missed the bong tokes because this is fucking not funny.
It's the creator of Bat Thumb.
What about Matrix? Does
Yeah.
that qualify?
Uh,
Dude, I know Kung Fu.
That's fucking
I mean, I get where you're coming from, but no.
I guess.
I mean, it is technically a kung fu movie.
How could it not be? Dude, he even like bends backwards when the
It's more
bullets fly.
I'd say it's more sci-fi fantasy than kung fu. So
With Asian influence.
yes, I would agree with that. So, and especially the further down the rabbit hole you get with those movies. But I mean, look, there's movies out there. Like Forbidden Kingdom's a good one. That's another good one. There's a couple of them here and there that are modern ones that are fantastic. But like for me,
Crow. Does that qualify?
No, you're just naming movies now.
Brandon Lee, dude. It's Bruce Lee's
Just because
kid.
he's Asian doesn't make it a kung fu
That's
movie.
Bruce Lee's son.
Couldn't dodge a bullet.
Fucking, that's
holy
terrible.
fucking shite.
You are going to be hanging with Hitler and Arseface.
Send all complaints to Chris Thayer at Nerdlife.
I didn't say that. That's fucking Mike. Don't blame me.
Yeah, that Blue Apron thing is definitely gone at this point. All right, let's. Oh, wait, Mike, you got a stupid shit that you wanted to share.
Yeah, so I have stupid shit. I don't have a kid, but I do have a girlfriend who likes to rescue animals,
from fires and such. Or?
She has fostered kittens and bottle fed them, and someone dropped off 3 kittens at her friend's house, and that's why we still have 3 kittens in our house right now because no one wanted to adopt them. Well, the other night coming home,
cats, dude. Seriously.
Apparently, my girlfriend does.
Does she have memories of them?
Memories. Anyway, so we come home from our gig on Saturday night. It's late at night, and she goes over to the bushes. And I'm like, what the hell are you doing over there? And she picks up a freaking woodpecker that has fallen out of the nest.
Like a baby?
A baby woodpecker out of a 50-foot palm tree, so we can't put it back in the nest.
You could throw it.
I can get you a pair of gaffs. I'll let you gaff that tree.
All right.
I want to Instagram this.
Okay. Only if Mike does it, right?
I want content.
Okay, fair enough.
So this thing, she's been feeding it worms and blackberries, and now it's domesticated and living in my bathroom.
That's fucking awesome.
And I'm afraid of...
I'm sorry, what?
The freaking...
So is it in there when you're in there taking a shit?
Yeah, it pecks my freaking toes when I'm taking a shit.
Fuck that. I mean, woman, get your goddamn bird. I'm trying to take a shit here. I'll kill it. I fucking swear to God. You get your fucking bird. Get your fucking bird.
And I'm afraid of birds. So, going to the bathroom is like a horror film for me right now.
He's totally clenched up. You can't even take a shit. You know?
I had that scene, Steve, that classic scene where, you open the medicine cabinet and there's nothing behind you, and you close it and the bird is, right fucking behind me. I'll see it coming up the silhouette on the side of the shower curtain.
Dude.
How are you afraid of birds? What is that?
Whatever, you need to take a break watching a freaking TV show.
I gotta fucking tell you what, man. High school, I'm walking home for fucking continuation school. And
this does not surprise me.
Yeah, so I'm all fucking my mohawk is up and shit, and I got this crow, dude, trying to fucking swoop down and get bits of my fucking mohawk for its nest or some shit. And I'm swinging my peachy folder at this fucking bird, dude. Get fuck away from me, motherfucker. It's gonna peck me on my eyeballs, man. So I feel his pain. I know what he's talking about.
It's a woodpecker. They put holes in trees.
Right. Right.
They're talons.
Do you Wow. Do you think this bird is gonna land on you and poke your eyeballs out?
I don't know what it's gonna do if it freaking attacks people.
Well, first off, it's gonna land anywhere. It's gonna land on your crotch because that's where the wood is, right? It's not gonna go after.
No. It's trying to eat my worm.
There you go. Definitely. There you go. So, does the bird think that Emerald's the mom now?
It likes to hang out on her shoulder now.
Oh fucking shit!
Has it shit on her yet?
No.
Because that would be the end of it right there. So
I don't know, dude. You might not want to let this information out. I don't think you're supposed to have those things
in
your house.
So when she first took it in, she contacted all these bird sanctuaries, and they're all like, "Yeah, we're taking birds, but only if they're ducks."
What? So that we're not really taking birds.
We only foster ducks.
You're taking ducks, is what you're saying.
So she finally got a hold of a person in Temecula, and they're like, lady's like, well, "What the hell are you doing? You should just put it back outside." And Emerald's like, my girlfriend's like, if we have feral cats, the thing will be dead in 2 minutes.
Okay.
So, but Emerald, she's already...
It's nature's way. You just gotta let it be, man.
So I think as of today, she contacted the Temecula person to get that bird down to a sanctuary place.
So the lady chastised her?
Yeah. It's she yelled at her, made her feel like shit. How dare you?
How dare you save something?
I don't know where this story is going.
Actually,
this is kind of a dark story.
It was a weird adventure, and she called the fire department. Can you put a bird back in the tree for me, please?
If my fucking wife was brought some goddamn owl in the fucking bathroom thinking she's Harry fucking Potter or some shit, she'd come home one day, I'd be like, "Baby, I got bad fucking news."
It had a message to go to Hogwarts.
Fucking A, man.
I had to send some
gone mail. As fuck.
I had to send some mail to Texas, so I just used the owl. Oh, sorry.
You are a patient man, dude. Holy shit.
Bad news. The janitor's cat came through, and it's fucking gone.
Well, we have 5 freaking cats stationed outside the bathroom door.
Oh, my God.
And the woodpecker, little Woody Harrelson, he'll freaking knock on the door.
No, you named it.
She named it.
Oh,
Why do you have 5 cats?
Because we had 2, and then she fostered 3 that someone dumped on her friend's front porch.
Your house is the pit of despair at this point because you got so many goddamn
cats.
Your
house ain't that big. It's as big as my office. Like, it's not that big.
It's 1,100 square feet.
Which is about as big as my office. That's not that. I'm just saying.
Well, I have a small dog, so it's okay.
You have a dog as well?
Yeah, a little bandit.
Dude, your house has got to smell like...
Animal Farm.
Oh, my God, dude. Oh, that's like...
It smells like middle school over there.
Do you have any fish?
No fish.
They had some, but the cats ate them all.
And the bird.
And the bird.
The bird pecked their eyes out, and it was all good.
See, what Mike's really working towards is he wants to do his own production of The Lion King.
Yeah.
He doesn't have... He's like...
I want to do We Own a Zoo. We bought a zoo.
Oh, one of Matt Damon's finest performances there.
I've got a few friends who've got a very wide variety and many animals in their house. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, man?
Oh, man. I mean, I got some stories that I cannot tell on air because people will get their feelings hurt if I do. But there is a house that we went into that is a very nice house that, like, they had a lot of cats.
Yeah.
And it is like multi-million-dollar home.
Yeah.
That smelled like cat piss.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nope. Like, not even a little bit. Not even more than a little bit. It's
that
like,
was...
Own your pets, but they should not be peeing on your shit.
That was the one fucking, like... source of contention between me and my daughter when she was a teenager. Was like, I was always like the super fucking cool dad, right?
Right.
You want to go to shows, manage a band, fucking, you want to dye your hair, get your fucking nose pierced, whatever, cool, all right? Clean your fucking cat box.
Ugh.
It's not my fucking cat, right? I don't want to clean the fucking thing. Holy fucking shit. You come home and you're like, that smell. Mm-hmm. And let me tell you, when she fucking moved out, I was like, get your fucking cat. Don't forget the cat.
Right.
Cat's going first.
Right.
Don't pack your shit. Get the cat the fuck out of here.
Oh, no, check this out. My sister brings home a cat when we were, fairly young. I was maybe going to college at that point, still living with the folks. And I'm fucking allergic to cats.
Are you?
So my sister brings this fucking cat home, and I'm like, you realize that I'm allergic to the cats, right? And so the cat ends up staying. My dad, also allergic to the cat, and sneezes violently when the cat comes around, but, pets it. It's like, what the fuck are you? What's wrong with you people?
And, when you're allergic too, man, you walk in.
It's
instant.
The first person that fucking cat goes to will fucking be you.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Yeah,
I have that
because
same
these things are straight from fucking hell.
Yeah, they are. They're the devil.
Yeah.
I have that exact same problem, but with penicillin. So it's like
penicillin
whenever
comes
I go,
after you?
Yeah, like the minute I go to the hospital, like the penicillin's like it jumps up on the counter, and starts purring, and I'm like, God damn it, leave me alone, No, is that okay?
That's a long walk right there.
Cats are they're dicks. They really are. No offense.
There's not a cat in the room.
You got a bunch of cats.
I got 5.
Yeah.
I grew up with 32 at one point.
That's a lot of asshole.
My mom
in
had 32
place.
cats at one
I think
point.
you've told this story before.
Yeah.
You told it the same time you told the...
Are your eyes watering from just the talk of cats? Like
you could smell my history of 32 cats.
My left eye just started burning out of nowhere. Why? It's like pain and suffering. So, all right, I think we should wrap it up right there. On that note, I cannot see out of my left eye all of a sudden. All right, we hope you guys have enjoyed the show. This is our 8th show in 10 weeks. That
is swaff.
Dude, that is as swaff as it gets.
Absolutely.
Hashtag swaff, Star Wars is fuck, don't forget it. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the show. Once again, I am Hitler's mustache.
I am not schooled in fucking fight movies.
I'm the Bird Whisperer.
I'm Mike's 32 pussies.
And we hope you guys are having a Nerdlife Crisis. Music for the Nerdlife Crisis podcast is provided by Big Papa and the TCB. All music available at bptcb.com or at iTunes. The Nerdlife Crisis is recorded at the Inland Blue Studios. Make sure to subscribe to the Nerdlife Crisis at iTunes and like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram or Twitter at Nerdlife Crisis.